What's good, everybody? We are live. Shoot Your Shot Podcast, episode 2.0.
Shoot 'em.
We are almost old enough to
Yes,
drink
sir.
in the United States. We
The
can
big
drink
goose.
overseas, though.
Yes,
And we can
sir,
buy
the
cigarettes,
big
I
goose.
think, too.
I drink anywhere, man. That's what we do out here.
We are
Man.
proudly still not sponsored by Essentia Water, but that will come one day. Essentia, we here. We drink
love
you. We
you.
love you. Mine's not cold today, but it's all good. What's good, King Vic?
What's good, everybody?
We got some
What's up, everybody?
special we got some special stuff for y'all today. So hopefully the turnout is good and we're gonna get it cracking. I don't want to
You
take too
already
much
know.
time doing the intro.
Hey, you
Yeah.
just moved there.
Mine's better than yours, so.
Okay. I had it set up. Oh, sorry. Never mind.
So we're gonna start off real quick. The MLB trade deadline is what today?
Tomorrow.
Or
It's
was
tomorrow.
tomorrow. So
And,
we're gonna let Joe update y'all on that real quick. So Joe, let them know anything happening, anything that's happened already. What's good?
nothing major happened. You had Gallo go to the Yankees, Marte go to the A's. Little minor deals here and there, but it's starting to heat up. There's rumors that Max Scherzer could be headed to San Diego, pitching squad as well. And we'll just see what's going on. A lot of big names is still out there, still on the block. The Chicago Cubs is looking to deal Chris Bryant and Anthony Rizzo as well as Javi Baez. So, it's a lot of names out there. Hopefully by the night, we'll know how things shake up. But as far as all the names that's out there, the Max Scherzer to San Diego seems like it's the most secure deal, and that seems like the biggest deal so far that's going to happen.
So you mentioned a couple of names. You mentioned some things that might happen. Is there anything that maybe is not likely to happen, but you would like to see happen?
Well, as a Met fan, I can tell you right now, we ain't doing nothing. There's a lot of rumors saying that we in the mix for this guy and in the mix for that guy. There's rumors that Javi Baez has came out and already said that he would love to play for the Mets, and I don't see them making any moves. If we was gonna make a move, it probably would have happened already. But I don't see us making any moves. As a Met fan, it'll be disappointing because we need it. Although the team is not as great as others, we're like I said, we're still in first place. So you get what we need to keep us in first place and help us out to this playoff push. I feel Javi Baez can help us and will help us, especially with the Lindor injury. You don't know how long he's going to be out. We shorthanded at second base. So ain't no telling how long, these guys are going to be out. So you go out there and you get somebody, but I don't see it happening. We play this game every year, with rumors of this guy and that guy wanting to come to the team, and we just don't make that move. So I don't see it happening.
So Vic, your squad, the Yankees, they made a move. How you feel about it?
We did. We got Gallo. We traded for Joey Gallo. I mean, technically, we didn't make a move. Joey Gallo's a bum, so
Vic started with his bullshit early. We ain't even 5 minutes into the show, and he started with his bullshit. I wouldn't call him a bum. He's not a bum. He's not a bum.
Like 230 this year.
And in Yankee Stadium, you looking at a guy that this guy can hit 40 to 50 home runs in Yankee Stadium, man. Like come on, man.
He's a bum.
He's not a bum, man. He may not be the biggest name out there and something that can change the outcome of games, but he's not a bum,
Appreciate that. To me, he's a bum. He's not what we need. We don't need him.
That I can agree with. Y'all didn't need a bat. And y'all didn't need a Joey Gallo. Y'all didn't need a bat that's just home runs and not getting on base and keeping the line going. You guys did need, pitching for one.
For one.
Yeah. I would say pitching should have been the main option for the Yankees. But again, I wouldn't call him a bum.
Honestly, at this point, the season is over. Yankee fans, we need to chalk it up as an L and just look forward to next season. That's just my opinion as a Yankee fan. I don't see us getting into the wild card. We're definitely not winning the division. I'm going to just keep it real. Let's just chalk it up. Let's move on to next season, Yankee fans. There's nothing going down this year. I mean, it is what it is. We got Gallo for what? We just traded for Odor. So we don't need no more power hitters. This trade made 0 sense. Unless, just frustrating this shit for a Yankee fan.
That I can agree with.
So I just want to say real quick, I think we have finally made it because I just had to block 4 former presidents from commenting on the YouTube with some very racially charged things. They're just bots, but I think we finally made it. We got bots hacking into our comment section.
Oh, right.
We are making it, ladies and gentlemen. Round of applause.
Episode 20 is off to a great start. I couldn't ask for anything more, baby. Let's go. Let's keep it going.
Yeah, man. I can't even repeat the shit that they said. I don't even think Vic would repeat the shit that they said.
I didn't even see it. I
didn't get a chance to see it. All I seen was block, and I seen something about the N-word and then block, and I was like, what's going on here? You know what I'm saying? So
what did we do?
That's cool.
That's the Bayhive coming after us.
Oh no, they coming after Vic. Vic stay trolling and they coming after Vic, man. There it go. Look, the British are coming. Oh,
it all makes sense.
I'm gonna keep blocking them because we don't want anything like that. No, we don't want to be associated with
anything like that. We do not allow that type of talk. We do not. No, we don't do that here.
Yeah. So let's keep it moving. We have a little breaking news. There was a trade that was finalized in the NBA, and then a trade that is being rumored. We'll start with the Nets trade. They traded away Shamit for some dude I've never heard of. Who'd they trade him to?
The Phoenix Suns.
The Suns. So that's a good pickup for Phoenix. Shamit is a pretty promising player.
Who did we get in return?
The Nets got rid of Landry Shamit for Javon Carter and a draft pick.
Is it this year's draft pick?
Yeah, it's the 29th pick tonight.
You never know.
I mean,
I'm seeing another one real quick. Breaking news. Cleveland is acquiring Ricky Rubio and a 2022 second round pick in cash for Taurean Prince. That's not really anything big either, in my opinion.
It doesn't make sense for Minnesota, though.
That don't make sense for either team.
That makes no sense.
Cleveland has, they guard unless they're gonna do something stupid like trade Sexton to somebody or like I don't get that trade. Minnesota's pretty much set.
I mean, there has been a lot of rumors that Sexton is going to get traded. I know the Knicks were one of the teams that were mentioned, but there were a few other teams. Apparently, they say he's not a good locker room guy. He alienates his teammates, and he's a little bit of a prima donna. So who knows what we'll see out of Cleveland. Cleveland fans don't usually like dudes like that.
They love LeBron for X amount of years.
Well, LeBron's LeBron. He doesn't get labeled that prima donna stuff because he's LeBron. But the big deal that we're going to talk about that hasn't technically happened yet is Russell Westbrook to the Lakers for Kyle Kuzma, Montrezl Harrell, KCP and a 2021 first-round pick, so this year's pick. I'm going to let y'all go on that because I have a feeling y'all have a lot to say.
So they're giving up. They're trading for Westbrook, but they're giving up KCP, Kuzma, who else?
Montrezl Harrell,
and they
and their 2021 pick, first-round pick.
What's Westbrook's contract?
That I don't know. It's
in the 40s, right?
Yeah, he's still got at least 2 years left on that.
Money wise, though, what is it? Is it in the 40s?
I believe it's somewhere around there. If it's not 39, up of 30s,
average salary 41 million average salary per year.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, 40. Actually, it goes up to 44 next year.
And there'll be another 2 years. It ends in 2023.
So they're willing to give up a third of their bench for Russell Westbrook, is what you're telling me. What you're telling me is the issue that they had last year was their bench, so they're just going to deplete it more this year by getting another start to the starting lineup. That's what I get.
To me, like I said in the chat, they just sound like they are desperate to get anyone and everyone that they can,
but they don't need
even if it's not a good move.
But they don't need a Russell Westbrook. They're fine with what they have. You just need a piece or two.
Right.
Well, clearly go ahead, Joe.
They're looking for a superstar, and they don't need that. They need role guys, bench players, someone to take a little bit of the slack off of Bron and Davis. They don't need another guy that's going to shoot 20 to 30 times a game. This would be a bad move. It may, like I said, sometimes guys need to put the 2K down and deal with reality because, this might work on NBA 2K where, you control everything and, it goes based on big names. But on the court in the real world, I don't see this working. It was rumored that they were in talks with Sacramento to get Buddy Hield. That would be a little better. Although I said that's not going to work because they don't need a Buddy Hield. I would put Buddy Hield in a situation faster than I would put Russell Westbrook in that situation. I just don't see where Russell Westbrook. I mean, this is LA. Like, they sell out crowds anyway. So it's not like they really need help putting asses in the seats. So I don't see where this helps the Lakers as far as winning. Go out there and get yourself role players and bench guys and someone that's gonna, I would say not Lou Williams because of his age, but the bench. And, if it's hurt, then he's able to step up, go crazy, and give you buckets. But it's not like Russell Westbrook that's looking to shoot 20 a game. Nah. And, like, now who's going to have the ball, LeBron or Russ?
I mean, really, to me,
I don't see it working.
Game style, LeBron and Westbrook have the same style of play. Like, they're both doing the same things. Neither of them are great three-point shooters. They both have, decent mid-range. They can get to the basket. It does, like Vic said, they do not need Russell Westbrook. This just feels like a big name to grab at. I think the Lakers will just do anything to try to appease LeBron. If this is something that LeBron wants, then it's what LeBron will get. Westbrook is from the LA area, so maybe he plays a little harder for his hometown. I don't know. This just doesn't sound like a trade that makes sense to me. They're pretty much giving up their entire front court. So, like I said, what are you playing AD at the 5, LeBron at the 4? Like that, that's not going to work. They're going to get bodied by even small teams are going to body that team. So it doesn't make sense. Chemistry wise, it doesn't make sense. Schematics wise, it doesn't make sense. But, again, this is not official yet. This is just news of possibly happening. Another trade I'm hearing or I'm reading, the Atlanta Hawks are trying to trade into the lottery, and they're willing to give up their draft pick, which is a little later, and Cam Reddish for a lottery pick.
Yeah,
which to me doesn't make much sense. I don't feel like this draft is particularly deep. There's not a whole bunch of huge names like we're used to hearing where, anyone in the first round could be that guy for you. I don't know how high into the lottery Cam Reddish gets you, but I think Cam showed in those last couple games that he played in the playoffs that when he's healthy, he can be a very effective player on both ends of the floor. I think the Hawks, as I've said many a times, put Huerter way too high on their pecking order. I think Cam Reddish is a way better player than Cam Huerter will ever be. I just think this doesn't make sense unless they're trying to free up some money to keep John Collins, which I'm hearing he already has one foot out the door already. So we'll see about that. And then one other trade that I'm hearing about is the Knicks are trying to trade for old buddy from Orlando. What's his name? Terrence Ross. Which I, as a Knicks fan, I would not mind. He instantly makes our bench better. Just depends on who we give up. I'm not trying to give up a whole bunch for him. But one or two players or something, I think would suffice to get Terrence Ross out of Orlando. I don't think they really value him or utilize his skill set. So have y'all heard of anything else as far as trades, rumor trades that we might have missed?
I haven't heard anything about trades. I have heard re-signings. I heard that it's more than likely Kawhi's going to re-sign with the Clippers.
I've heard both sides of that. I think it's just too early to tell with that. I've heard to the extreme on both that he's definitely staying. Then I've heard to the extreme that he's definitely leaving. It's just too much. Kawhi likes to keep things really tight to the pocket. So I don't know if we can believe necessarily anything until something comes, from his camp specifically. One thing that we've been talking about personally is Ben Simmons. The Sixers sound like they're trying to trade him to every single team in the NBA, and they just keep getting rejected. I don't know if it's because of the amount and caliber of players and draft picks they want back, or Ben Simmons really is just that trash. I don't know. Joe, you got any thoughts on that?
It's a combination of both. You can only get, in return what a player is worth, and if a player isn't worth all of this, then I'm not gonna give you all that. I'm not gonna, I've been sitting here for months now, years now, calling Ben Simmons trash, and it's like, when you look at the real deal, we're not gonna say he's trash. We're just gonna say he doesn't fit in Philly, just to make him look better. He doesn't fit in Philly. But again, where would he fit and where does he fit? And in today's NBA game where everybody is pretty much a shooter and can shoot, that makes it hard for him to fit in many places. So your asking price is kind of high because he doesn't fit here. So when you come to me as a GM and you ask me, what am I willing to give up for Ben Simmons? The first thing I got to look at is what type of team do I have, and how would he make my team better? And the all obvious guess is Golden State, due to the amount of shooting they have, they wouldn't need Ben Simmons to shoot as much or even shoot at all. Everything would be fast breaks for him and layups and dunks and, pretty much facilitating and passing the ball. So Golden State works. I just don't know what made you want so much. For one, why do you want Wiseman if you have Embiid? I don't get that. Wiggins, yeah, I can see you wanting Wiggins. But Wiseman, I have Embiid. You can keep Wiseman. So now if I go to Golden State and say, just give me Wiggins and maybe 2 or 3 draft picks, then you would possibly have a done deal. But for you to ask for Wiseman and Wiggins and 4 first-round draft pick, like, bro, you're not giving me nothing of that caliber. Like, nah, I'm good.
Yeah.
And this is why they said they good. Because you just asking for too much. You're being greedy.
It's almost like you said, 2K, where they just put in whatever they can that'll fit in the trade finder and sending it out in hopes that they'll just say yes. Like we've all been there. You put that in, like that crazy trade that it fits financially speaking, and you just hope they say yes, but they never do. It's crazy that like you said, Andrew Wiggins and maybe a first round or 2, maybe. But his after these playoffs, his stock value is too low. They said they want a James Harden like package in return. Sorry, but you don't have James Harden. You trading Ben Simmons. They not even, as far as I'm concerned, they're not even on the same level playing field. Like,
and
it's not close.
What this playoffs showed, it's not really a missing skill. It's a mental thing. So how deep are we going to have to dig to get this mental to change now? Now, see, in the beginning, we thought it was just a skill. Like, all right, maybe if we work with him, we can get him. But the fact that it's a mental issue, it's something wrong with him. Like, what is going on? I just don't know. Like,
what the hell?
I just don't get it. That's another troll.
That's another bot right there.
Yeah. So, something is wrong with his psyche. So it's to a point where no matter where he goes, is it gonna work? Is he gonna like you go to Golden State with 2 of the greatest shooters in NBA history? Are they gonna be able to get you to at least shoot and try? And like, that's the thing. Everything is uncertain. Stay in Philly one more year and at least try to show people that you got something, you could do something, and maybe try to, boost your stock. Because as of right now, it's extremely low. Like, I'll give you a player in a second round pick or a future first rounder. But as far as as far as like my 2 guys and 4 picks, like, nah, you're not getting that. You're not getting that.
I agree, and it sounds like Vic agrees too, which is crazy. I thought he was going to come in, and even you can't get behind this.
That's just too much. That's too much. You know what I mean? Like Joe said, stay in Philly one more year. Take the summer to reevaluate, get your mind right. If it's your circle, get a new circle. Do whatever you got to do. Make sure you're in a good space physically, mentally. Come back training camp and show, hey, listen, this is what I worked on, guys. I'm putting in the effort, and let's build from there. You never know. He might turn out to be the player you want him to be.
Yeah, that's the thing. He's still young.
It's here first.
He's not even 25 yet, is he?
Yeah, I think he's 23, 24.
I think he's like 23, 24.
He's got time. Like, time is on his side right now. He just need to put the work in.
Definitely.
But see, this is the thing. Like when you dealing with psyche, age is like nothing. Like look at Andrew Bynum, look at Bobby Simmons, look at a couple of other players that had the skill, but the mind wasn't there, and look where they ended up at. So it's different when you're dealing with a person that's lacking a skill but has the mindset, as opposed to having no skill and no mindset. Like he's missing both. He's not just missing one. Like in the beginning, it was a skill. Like yo, he was missing this skill, so let's work on that. But now we realize it's two things he's missing. We have to dig past the mental first and then build your psyche. So I mean your skills. So it's like it's just it might be just too much for teams to want to deal with right now. One thing you gotta do is work on that yourself now. Like you're gonna have to do this on your own.
Well, I'm just trying to give the man the benefit of the doubt. Hopefully he figures it out. But who knows? So we got the draft coming up tonight. NBA draft is coming up, I think, around 8 o'clock. Detroit has the number 1 pick. They've already announced that they are taking Cade Cunningham. I'll be honest, with COVID and everything happening, I didn't pay too much attention to college basketball last year, so I'm not really familiar with too many of the up-and-coming prospects. I think a lot of teams feel the same way. I feel a lot of teams are not particularly sold on this draft class. That's why you're hearing about so many trades, so many teams trying to trade down or trade up, this and that. So we'll spend a couple minutes. Do y'all have any predictions? What do y'all see happening tonight? As many trades as they saying, or does this just get knocked out 1, 2, 3, and we out of here? What do y'all think?
Yeah, I agree with you. I think it's 1, 2, 3. I don't think we're going to see too many trades because, like you said, this draft really isn't too deep. Unless there's those gems, those diamonds in the dirt that we don't know about or that we're not keeping an eye on. But other than that, yeah, I really don't see too many trades going down tonight. I think it's just going to be draft and let's keep it moving. That's what I predict. You might have 1 or 2. But as far as blockbuster, I don't really see a blockbuster trade going down tonight. What about you, Joe?
Yeah, I kind of agree. I think it's going to be a straight draft. If there's any moves, it's going to be later on, like later picks, and like you said, how Atlanta's looking to get into the lottery. I mean, Cam Reddish was pretty much, a decent player. So seeing that draft is not really that awesome. If you come at me with the right deal, I may give it to you for Cam Reddish. So I don't see much shaking. I do see, like I said, a straight draft up until maybe the 10th pick, 9th pick, 11th pick, somewhere around there, and then maybe later on when you hit the 20s, and then of course second round pick, stuff like that. That may shake things up. But again, it ain't gonna be no blockbuster deals. I don't see any big names moving, like the Bradley Beals and the Kawhi Leonards and all of this, that, and the third. Those guys are pretty much, staying intact, at their teams. But I do see teams like the Knicks maybe trying to shake things up. Atlanta, teams that were borderline where they made the playoffs, had a nice little run, but missing something. I could see them trying to give up a pick or two to try to get that player that they might need. So, but it ain't going to be nothing exciting.
I think the one team that you might see make a big move out of this draft is Golden State. I think they are very much in win right now mode. And I think if a team offers up the right player, right piece for them, they'll give up that 14 pick. I think it's 14.
They have the 7th pick as well.
7. So, yeah, I mean, they don't have much use for rookies right now. They're going to try to get you know, they maybe have 3-4 more years of Steph and Clay, you know, in peak performance, depending on what Klay Thompson comes back looking like. They're definitely in win now mode. I think they'll take a couple win now pieces for those draft picks. Other than that, I don't see too many teams making huge moves. But I'll probably tune in tonight. I don't have nothing else to do. It's either that or try to watch Space Jam again, and that ain't gonna happen. So I'm gonna tune in and see what happens.
Again.
Why would you watch Space Jam?
I told you what happened the first time, so.
Oh, okay. I thought this was another.
Oh,
yeah, no. Yeah.
So you're gonna actually pay attention.
Try to. So, y'all have been listening to Shoot Your Shot podcast. This is episode 20. We've been talking NBA draft, MLB trade deadline, and some rumored trades. But now we're going to get into something that we've been brewing behind the scenes for a couple of months now. We had this idea, thought y'all, our listeners, would enjoy this as much as we have. So I'm going to break down make that an essential water for sure. So I'm gonna break down how things are gonna work, and then we'll get right to it. So what we did was we essentially decided we were going to create our own personal all-time NFL teams. That's a full offense, full defense, and we chose to limit ourselves to 3 legendary retired players on offense and 3 legendary retired players on defense. Everyone else has to be currently playing in the NFL, but we will consider those players, all players at their peak, at their prime, not their current state. So all 3 of us have put a team together. We have not told each other our teams. We have not tipped each other off into who we've picked. These will be the first time that we're hearing it from each other. So y'all will be just as surprised as we are with the teams.
I know Vic happy. Vic is happy right now. Vic happy right now.
My team's actually trash.
Yeah, right. No. I ain't talking about the NFL. Hold on. Just got news. The Yankees got Anthony Rizzo from the Cubs.
Did we really?
Yeah.
Oh wow. Who did we give up?
I don't know yet, but they got Anthony Rizzo from the Cubs. That's a good name. That's something decent right there.
That's a huge upgrade.
Yeah, he's not trash. He's nowhere near trash. And he's he's a left-handed batter, and he will kill Yankee Stadium. So that's a good pick right there. Way to go, Vic. Good shit.
Yeah, we still stuck.
All right, let's get back to this NFL stuff.
Well, congrats, Vic. Hopefully that changes your season around a little bit. But so what we decided to do, we're creating our own personal all NFL teams. We're gonna tell you our teams each individually. Then we're gonna put up a poll, and y'all have the chance to vote to tell us who y'all think has the best team. And then once we do that, we're gonna select 4 people, random 4 people out of whoever votes. Give y'all an opportunity to make your own personal teams. Then we're gonna put y'all 4 against each other. The winner of that is going to go up against whoever wins out of our team, and it's going to be a all-out battle royale, and we'll have an all-time team winner, whether it's from the Shoot Your Shot podcast crew or our fans. So hopefully y'all enjoy this. This should last for a little while. We'll keep the polls up we'll keep it up until next Tuesday. Until next Tuesday.
I would say a week. Give it a week.
So then, we'll give y'all till next Thursday to vote on our teams, and then we'll get y'all we'll contact whoever we choose, If you want to volunteer yourself, let us know, and we'll take that into consideration. I being the moderator of the show, agreed to go first, and then your two hosts will go second and third. I'm going to start off by saying a couple of my picks might be controversial. Probably a couple picks y'all might not expect from me, but I think my team at the end of the day is going to be exciting, and I just, we're judging these dudes off performance on the field, not necessarily some of the things they did off the field. So with that being said, my quarterback, and we'll post our teams in the sports group, so y'all can go back and look, so y'all can see our teams whenever you can. So you'll have that option. So my quarterback is the legendary man out of Virginia, Mike Vick, is my starting quarterback. He never won a ring. He never won anything really, but you can't say he's not one of, if not the most exciting quarterbacks athletically that you've ever seen. He changed the game in a lot of ways in the quarterback position. Some people might argue for better, some people might argue for the worse, but that's my number one quarterback. We chose to go with two running backs because most teams in the NFL these days have two running backs that they rely on. So my two running backs are Adrian Peterson and Saquon Barkley. Adrian Peterson is still in the league, so I'm getting him at his prime. In his prime, there wasn't too many people that was stopping him. And Barkley, when healthy, is probably top two running backs in the league right now. I don't know. There's maybe a couple dudes close to him, but when healthy, he is an absolute monster. My three wide receivers, because we went with three wide receivers. I used two of my legendary slots on my receivers. I went heavy on the receivers. Randy Moss, my first Bengals pick, Chad Ochocinco Johnson, and Julio Jones. Those are my three receivers. My tight end is Travis Kelce. We only run one tight end. A lot of teams might run two, but we went with one because that's the basic. My center is Kelce's brother, Jason. My tackles are Andrew Whitworth from the LA Rams and Trent Williams from the 49ers. Shout out to you, Vic. My guards are Quentin Nelson of the Colts and Joe Bettino from the Browns. It really hurt to pick a Browns player, but when I was doing research, he's apparently one of the best guards in the game. So, it is what it is. Another division rival, my kicker is Justin Tucker. I don't think you'll find a better kicker in the NFL right now. And he has been probably for a while. Another Baltimore Raven, my free safety is Ed Reed. My second Cincinnati player, Jesse Bates, the number one rated safety in the league last year. My cornerbacks are Deion Sanders and Patrick Peterson. My inside linebacker, Lawrence Taylor. My two outside linebackers are Von Miller and Khalil Mack. Defensive tackles, Aaron Donald, Reggie White. And my defensive ends, Myles Garrett and Cameron Jordan. So not a lot of Bengals players, as some people might have thought. I think I only got two in there. I wanted to pick a couple more, but I didn't let my bias get to me on this one. I'm well aware of some people that I could have picked that I didn't, but I tried to pick players who not everybody would pick, but could also get me a team that's capable of winning. So I'm pretty confident. Other than the Mike Vick pick, which some people might still be mad at what he did off the court. Some people might not vote for me for that, but the man did his time, and he's made up for the things that he's did. So that is my team. Again, we will post all of our teams in the group, the Facebook group, so you can see them. And since neither one cared who goes second or third, I'm just going to flip it, and we're going to go Vic next, and then Joe will go last.
All right. So for quarterback, what'd you say, Joe?
Actually, before y'all can react to my team real quick.
Oh, your team's trash.
Oh,
That's not what I expected from you.
It was some. It was some shockers in there. I didn't expect you to go, that route. But I mean, hey, all great teams start with a winning quarterback, and for you to go Michael Vick, that was a shocker. But good luck.
Hey, he won a lot of games. He just never made it to the big one.
I wouldn't say a lot of games. He won some games, but that's a different story. But
he just wasn't a great quarterback. That's just my opinion.
See, but with the receivers and the running backs I put around him, he don't need to be a great quarterback. He just need to be who he is.
All he do is Randy run straight 50 yards and launch it.
Yeah, and he could launch it.
He damn sure can. He probably got the strongest arm of all time. And
that I can agree with. I don't think I've ever seen a tighter, faster spiral than Michael Vick. Like that football come out of his hands quick as hell.
Yeah. And all three of my receivers can beat you down the field for that.
But he's not very accurate
at all.
And you need an accurate quarterback with those receivers you have. So we're just gonna leave it at that.
Well, good luck. If I had to grade your team, I would grade it a D.
I thought you would give me an F, so I'll take that.
I would give it like a C plus, somewhere around there.
You have some really solid.
Because your defense, you got a good defense. That's why. Like your offense is a little shaky. It got some tinkers here and there, but overall your defense was pretty good, and I'll give you a C plus on it.
Well, I appreciate that. So with that being said,
matter at the end of the day, so
no, it doesn't. So floor's all yours, Vic.
All right. So for quarterback, can you guys take a guess? Nah.
Joe Montana.
Oh, actually, I did not go with Montana. I went with the guy after Montana. I went with Steve Young. Yes, I did. Steve Young.
Okay, all right. I knew it was a 49er. If it wasn't Montana, it was Young.
One or the other. Flip it.
Honestly, though, can you, other than maybe Brett Favre and Aaron Rodgers, could there ever been a better quarterback that came in right after another legendary quarterback? That shit was crazy.
Off the top, I can't think of one.
Indianapolis was on its way, but
what's
Andrew Luck.
Yeah,
but he didn't lie. He didn't stay. But I agree. Yeah, that's pretty much the last, or one of the first and only, other than Brett Favre and Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah.
Hopefully, I got some young fans out there. All right. So with my first legend, I took Marshall Faulk. No explanation needed. My second running back, I actually might be a surprise. Nick Chubb. That guy can do it all when he's healthy, and he's in his prime as we speak now. So
that's a Georgia boy.
All right. Well, my receivers, I took Tyreek Hill. I took DeAndre Hopkins. And can you guess who I took as my third? Come on.
Jerry Rice.
You got it. No explanation needed.
Wait, hold. You picked him last.
I don't understand. I don't understand how you could put a team like this together and not have Jerry Rice on your team. So shame on you, Joe.
No. See, here's where I'm at.
Shame on you.
I was going to, but I knew that at least Vic was, and you probably were too. So I didn't want to have three on the same squad.
It's Jerry Rice.
Shame. It's Jerry Rice, man.
I'm taking absolutely. That's the greatest receiver of all time. But
football.
I'll even give you that. But I just wanted to be a little different. But my question to you, Vic, is: you listed him third, but you're not playing. Are you putting him in the slot?
Am I going to put Rice in the slot?
Yeah, you listed him third, so that's why.
I'm putting Rice in the slot.
He's the most dangerous in the slot.
He's going in the slot.
Yeah, he's a killer there. But go ahead, continue the team.
You're gonna put your number one cornerback on Jerry, and your second best on Tyreek Hill or D Hop. Yeah, good luck with that one. Good luck with that one. Can we guess tight end?
I guess Kelsey or Kittle.
That's right. Another 49er. What a surprise. George Kittle is my tight end. All right. For centers, I picked Corey Linsley. He's from the Chargers. Boy's a beast. Saw Herbert out there, right? Guard should be no surprise. Quentin Nelson from the Colts. And I actually took Brandon Scherf off the Washington team. I'm not sure if you guys are familiar with him. For my tackle, can we guess who one of my tackle is? Come on.
Trent Williams.
That's right, Trent Williams, another 49. My other tackle is Teron Armstead from the Saints. He's a dog. My kicker, Joe, we on the same page. Justin Tucker, that guy's a beast. And he's clutch.
Monster in any weather.
Man, he's clutch. I mean, have we seen another clutch kicker besides Vinatieri?
Nah.
No, right?
Nah.
For strong safety, I'm a little shocker. Maybe I actually took Derwin James. I know he can't stay healthy, but his potential is beyond. Free safety, I took Buda Baker. That guy got all the skill set in the world. Cornerback, Joe should know who I took for cornerback. We was talking about him I was talking about him all last season.
Jalen Ramsey.
No, the second one, Jair Alexander from the Packers.
Okay, I was going to say him next, but I thought
that was my guy. Second quarterback. Come on, guys.
Richard Sherman.
He's a 49er.
Richard Sherman.
Ronnie Lott.
I said cornerback. I took Dion. Dion is my second cornerback. For linebacker, I took Fred Warner as active. I don't know if you guys pay attention to my 49ers, but Fred Warner is one of the best linebackers in the NFL right now, and he's only 23. For my other linebacker, I took Derek Thomas. I know you guys remember who Derek Thomas was, right?
Rest in peace. Rest in peace.
Yeah. And my other linebacker, I took Darius Leonard. You guys familiar with Darius Leonard from the Colts? Guy's a beast. He's an animal.
Okay. Not bad.
For my my outside, I took Myles Garrett. JR knows about Myles Garrett. He's in that division.
Okay.
And on my other side, I actually took Dwight Freeney. Dwight Freeney was a beast.
Throwback, okay.
And my two insiders, if Aaron Donald's not on everyone's list, then I don't know what to tell you. Just stop watching football.
He wasn't on his list.
He was. Yeah, he was.
He was. He's on JR's list.
I know. I'm fucking with him.
He was another one where I was like, man, I know he's going to be on all three of our lists. I tried to leave him off, but I couldn't.
Impossible.
You can't. You just can't. You can't.
Is it safe to say at this rate, if Aaron does keep it up, he's the greatest inside tackle we've ever seen? Can we give him that?
I mean,
he's in the top 5.
Yeah, especially seeing that the game has changed and is benefiting the offense. For him to still do what he do, like you can't even double team. Just imagine, like take the Super Bowl. The man was hurt, and they still had to double team him. Like he wasn't even there, and they was still practically double, and he was still getting close to him. So I would give him, if not the best, he's in the top 3. But
real quick, Mikey Turner, we discussed the MLB deadline at the beginning of the show. Once this is over, you can go check the YouTube page and check out what we had to say at the beginning of the show about the MLB trade deadline. Go ahead, Vic.
Yeah, Aaron Donald and former 49er. I didn't want them to trade him, but they did it anyway. DeForest Buckner.
All right, cool.
So that's my
that's your squad.
my team. That's my squad.
Okay. All right. Not bad at all.
Thank you.
I'll let JR chime in first, seeing that you gave him a D. I'll let him speak on your team and see what he thinks first.
So I'm gonna give you a honest opinion and grade. You were definitely a homer, which probably more people expected that of me than you. But I mean, you can't argue. I mean, the 49ers have arguably some of the top 10 football players ever, period. So you can't really be mad at you for that. And by default, that makes your team a little better. You got a couple dudes in here that I've not heard of, so I can't really make an opinion on it. I naturally think my team is better. I think aside from Jerry Rice, my wide receiving core is better than yours. I think my running back core is better than yours. I think my defense is better than yours. So if you gave me a D, I got to give you a D minus.
Ouch. That's what I like. I like that. What Vic did here is he didn't clog jam his team to where you don't know what to do. Like, he made it to where you know who the stars are and you go to them in need be. And he pretty much picked a team that can be realistic in the NFL field. But that's not what we're doing here. We're doing a fantasy thing where everybody is supposed to be like top level. But I knew you was gonna be very homegrown and home picked, so I expected a lot of 49er players on your team. But I'm gonna give it around the same thing I gave JR. I'm gonna give it a B plus.
I'll say, hey, listen.
All right, so
nothing.
Now we're gonna go to my team. Funny thing is, I had a few players that Jay picked and a few players that Vic picked, and I got rid of certain guys and picked up other guys. But my quarterback is a no-brainer. One of the greatest. If it wasn't for Super Bowl rings, this man will probably be the greatest. And that is, like Vic said, Peyton Manning. Peyton Manning is my quarterback.
I cannot argue that statement in any way, shape, or form.
I don't think anyone can.
Tom Brady fans as well. But if we did not count rings,
Super Bowl rings,
Peyton
Manning is the man. That's one of my legends. For my running backs, I got another legend here. This man is would be the greatest running back to ever play the game if he had a team surrounding him, and that would be Barry Sanders.
Well, no, he is the greatest running back. I don't care what anybody else say.
Exactly. My second is an active back, and he is possibly the best running back in the game right now, and that's right now. Is my first wide receiver.
Hold on. Say running back again. You're breaking up.
My bad. All right. So you heard Barry Sanders. My other running back is possibly the best running back in the game right now, and that's Derrick Henry. So those are my two running backs, Barry Sanders and Derrick Henry. My wide receiving core is my third and final legend on offense. That's Jerry Rice. My other wide receivers are DeAndre Hopkins and Devontae Adams. Those are my other two wide receivers. My tight end, and this one was tough. It took me a long time to think about it. So I just went with active, and I picked Travis Kelce. Can't go wrong with Travis Kelce, whatever he brings to the table. My offensive linemen, My center is who Vic picked, and that's Lindsley. As Vic stated, the guy is phenomenal at center. Um, my other four linemen is another guy that Vic picked. That's Quentin Nelson. Quentin Nelson gets busy. He has prevented um, a lot of destruction from happening on that offensive lineman. I also got Zach Martin, Trent Williams, a 49er that I assumed Vic would pick.
We all picked Trent Williams.
Okay, Trent Williams and David Bakhtiari rounds out my offensive lineman. And my kicker, just like you two guys picked, you can't go wrong with Justin Tucker. The man is phenomenal. He would have just about every record in the NFL when it comes to kicking. And there's percentage wise, he would be the NFL all time leader in field goal percentage if Baltimore didn't have him kick 5 field goals over 60 yards, and he's hit one of them. So Baltimore is stupid for that. All right, so that rounds out my offense. Let's get into defense. My safeties are Ed Reed. That's one of my legends, and Honey Badger. Tyrann Mathieu is my safeties. Cornerbacks, I'm gonna go with another legend here, and that's Charles Woodson. The man was bananas for at least 13 years, and then he played another 4 years where he was just, great. My other corner would be Jalen Ramsey, someone I thought Vic would pick, but he decided to go another route. So my cornerbacks are Woodson and Ramsey. My
And he did
linebackers
just get
are
Jalen Ramsey did just get announced as a new addition to the 99 club on Madden.
exactly. So I didn't know that. I don't play video games, so I really didn't know. But
Took them.
my linebackers are Bobby Wagner from Seattle, middle linebacker, and my last legend on defense is Ray Lewis. You can't go wrong with Ray Lewis. He brought everything to the game, to the table. He's there for emotional, physical, and everything else. And as Vic stated, in one of these linebackers, Fred Warner, he's another terrific linebacker. Goes out there and wreaks havoc. So those are my 3 linebackers. My defensive line, of course, Aaron Darnold, can't go wrong. I also picked Myles Garrett as a JR pick. And I'm gonna go a different route here, and I'm gonna go Joey Bosa. I'm surprised Vic didn't go that route. He didn't have. You didn't have neither one of them. I assumed you would have, at least one of them on the team. I felt I was gonna go with Nick, but seeing that he was hurt all last season, we only got 1 year to see him, and I didn't think that was enough. I felt Joey has been in the league a little longer and has shown us a little more over the last 4 years. And excuse me, my bad. I forgot to write this guy's first name. I hope I'm getting it right. Larry Williams, I believe. Huh?
And you're not talking about Leonard Williams.
Leonard Williams. There you go. Leonard Williams. He rounds out my defensive line. So that's my team right there. And that's what I put together.
Cool. Vic, how you reacting to that?
Oh, this team's trash.
The funny thing is, my last pick was Travis Kelce. He was the hardest person to come up with.
I mean, for tight end, Kelce is this. If you're not going to use a legend, Kelce, you could have went Waller. You could have went Kittle.
I think Kelce is better than him.
I think it's crazy that none of us picked Gronk because he's technically still in the league.
That's true. At his prime, that makes sense. Yeah.
There's a few names that I'm surprised none of us came with, but I'll voice that after. Vic, what rating are you giving Joe's team?
A trash.
We'll put a letter on it.
T. No, I give Joe the same thing I gave you. D minus.
D minus. Okay.
D minus. Yeah, I'm with you, JR. He has some names on the list that I was like, okay, that was different. Like the Joey Bosa name, that surprised me. I didn't think you would go Joey Bosa. That was a good one, actually.
Yeah. I mean, like you said, Joe, yourself, teams start with the quarterback. I think you came out real strong with the Peyton Manning pick, and then you backed it up with Barry Sanders. I'm not the hugest DeAndre Hopkins or Devontae Adams fan, so I think your wide receiving core is a little weak. We have the same tight end, so brilliant pick there. Ed Reed, we shared the same pick, brilliant. Justin Tucker, and I think we had a couple linemen. So those were all, Trent Williams, brilliant picks by you. It was very hard for me not to pick Ray Lewis. That man is just – it was difficult, but I picked who I picked. I don't think I had – by the time I got to my linebackers, I didn't have any legendary picks left. So I had to go with what I had. Overall, I give you like a solid C.
What I'm not understanding is if JR mentioned he thought my wide receivers aren't all that. When you said that, Vic's face scrunched up like, what? Is you crazy?
Yeah, come on.
Son, wide receiver course. Hold on. Let me finish. So on top of that, so now Vic's face is saying that my wide receiving core is ridiculous. All right. My two running backs is Barry Sanders and Derrick Henry. Who are pretty much like you can't say nothing wrong. My quarterback is Peyton Manning, who you JR said is possibly the strongest quarterback or one of the strongest quarterbacks.
He is the strongest quarterback.
Okay, so now overall, my quarterback is better than y'all two. My wide receiving core, according to Vic's face, is better than yours, or just as good as Vic's. So I'm not understanding the grade here. And then I picked a lot of players that both of y'all had. So the grade is not making any sense. Here I am.
It's not supposed to make sense.
Being a nice guy and giving you guys good grades, and you guys totally screw me in the end. It's okay.
No. I gave you a C.
I'm gonna let the fans. Bro, I gave you a B plus.
No, you gave Vic a B plus. I thought you gave me a B.
Wait, what?
Still, you give. All right.
Okay. All right. So I'll give you this. Hold on. I'm changing my C plus.
Ain't no changing.
C plus.
You don't have to. You don't have
C
to.
plus.
I'm gonna let the fans deal with this.
I mean, that's how it's supposed to be. We give each other a little
right. But for now, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna change Vic grade to a D plus, and I'm gonna change JR's grade to a D minus.
That's fine with me.
And we're gonna let the fans deal with the rest of it. So that's my team. We'll post this and have everything in the know, so that way everybody can get their vote on.
Yes, and like we said, we will give everybody a full vote. We'll keep reminding y'all. I'm gonna repost and repost and make sure y'all go back there and vote. We'll give y'all a week, so till showtime next Thursday, 6 o'clock. That's when the voting will end.
5 o'clock.
5 o'clock, and a winner will be announced amongst us three. And then, like I said, we'll pick random 4 people out of everyone who voted. We'll let y'all pick a team, same exact way we picked ours. And then we're going to have y'all go match up 2 people versus 2 people. The winner of those 2 will go head-to-head. And then the winner of that will go against our winner. If you want to pick any of the same players that any of us have, you are more than welcome to do so. Duplicate players are obviously allowed, considering we all had duplicate players. I think we all picked Myles Garrett. We all picked Aaron Donald. We all picked Justin Tucker. I think that's it. That's it. So, that is okay. Don't be dissuaded if you, like I was, and you want to put Jerry Rice, but you don't because you knew everybody else was. Pick your team. Pick your team that you think is gonna be the best.
But make sure they stick to the 3 legends on each side. You can't have more than 3.
3 and 3. If we see that you've picked 4 or 4 on one side and 2 on another, we're going to tell you that you need to redo it. 3 on offense, 3 legends on offense, 3 legends on defense. Everyone else has to be currently playing. But in like my case, when you pick Adrian Peterson, if it's someone near the end of their career, you will still be counted as them in their prime. These are all players in their prime. And then once everything's said and done, who knows? Maybe the new Madden will be out, and we can swap some roster spots and do a simulation and see what Madden has to say as well. So we hope y'all enjoy this. Let us know what y'all think. Let us know, in the comments of the poll. Let us know, what y'all thoughts on our teams are. Talk shit if you want to talk shit. Give us praises if you want to do that. We've been kind of doing this behind the scenes for a little bit over a month now. So this has been a process. How long do you think we should give them, whoever we choose? We should give them like a week to get their teams in?
Yeah. They can get a week. That's good enough.
So we'll give you plenty of time to do your research because some of these – offensive line was a little hard for me to do because I don't know too many offensive linemen. I know that that's a flaw on my account as a fan of football, but, it ain't nothing you can't just Google. So let us know what you think. We'll post this up in the next 20, 30 minutes. It'll be in the group chat or in the group. And that's it. I think we covered it all. Y'all got any last words? Any last words to the people to try to get some votes? I think my team speaks for itself, so I don't got to say shit. Y'all vote for me.
First of all, nobody should vote for you because you didn't put Jerry Rice on your team. That makes zero. Who does that?
Listen, I explained myself. I said I completely agree that he is the greatest wide receiver and also probably one of the greatest football players, period. But I honestly didn't think we'd have as many overlapping players as we did. That would have just added one more. So, I did what I did.
Jerry Rice.
All I'm gonna say is, I got the best running backs, the best quarterback, and the best wide receiving core. There's no way I can lose. But y'all go ahead.
You don't have the best receiving core.
Yeah,
bro, I got Jerry Rice, Hopkins, and Devontae Adams.
I got Jerry Rice, Hopkins, and Tyreek Hill.
Tyreek Hill ain't better than Devontae Adams. All he is faster. That's it. He ain't better.
Honestly, Tyreek Hill might be the worst receiver out of all of our picks.
Thank you, JR. But we'll see what the fans say. Y'all got
Are we talking about catching?
Hey, listen, man.
We're talking about being a wide receiver. He is the worst at being a wide receiver.
Yeah, the worst matchup for the defenders. I agree.
We'll see.
We'll see what they say.
We'll let the fans take it from here. But Vote Joe.
Definitely don't vote Joe.
We appreciate y'all. We will be back on Tuesday. Hopefully we'll have a lot to talk about because the draft will have happened and probably some big NBA trades and whatnot, and maybe a little more baseball trades. So we'll be here to talk about that. So we'll see y'all Tuesday. I hope everybody has a great weekend. Once again, this has been the Shoot Your Shot podcast, episode 20. We made it to 20, so it's on and popping from here on out. It only gets better from here.
Shout out to the box too that was in the chat earlier. That's what's up.
Yes,
that was awesome. That was great. I love it.
The British are coming.
The British are coming. The British are coming.
And you're wearing a red hat too, so that's even more.
Yeah, right.
Even more perfect.
Hey, all right, y'all. Everybody have a good night, man. Thanks.
Drink responsibly.
Peace.
Peace.
Peace.